Can a company be sued in a state where it isn't even located? That question changed American law forever. This case created the famous minimum contacts rule. It still decides where lawsuits can be filed today. If you've ever ordered something online or dealt with an out-of-state business, this case affects you. It defines fairness in lawsuits across state lines. Meet International Shoe Company, a Delaware corporation based in St. Louis, Missouri. And on the other side, the state of Washington. Specifically, its unemployment compensation system. Washington wanted International Shoe to pay into its unemployment fund. But the company said, "You don't have power over us." Here's what International Shoe was doing. They had about a dozen salesmen living in Washington. These salesmen showed shoe samples and took orders. But they couldn't finalize sales, those were approved in Missouri. Still, the company made over $30,000 a year from Washington business. And it even paid for sample rooms in the state. So here's the big issue. Can Washington sue and tax a company that isn't physically based there? Or does the Constitution's Due Process Clause protect the company from that? In other words, what counts as being present in a state? The Supreme Court said physical presence isn't everything. Instead, what matters is the company's connection to the state. The court introduced a new idea, minimum contacts. If a company has enough connection to a state, it can be sued there. And those contacts must be fair. They must not offend traditional notions of fair play and substantial justice. Court ruled in favor of Washington. International Shoe could be sued and taxed there. Here's the rule. A state can exercise jurisdiction over an out-of-state company if it has sufficient minimum contacts with that state. And those contacts must make the lawsuit reasonable and fair. Not random, not accidental, but meaningful and ongoing. This case replaced an older, rigid rule that required physical presence. Now, courts look at relationships, not just location. It's the foundation of modern personal jurisdiction. From big corporations to online businesses, this rule applies everywhere. International Shoe changed the game. You don't need to be physically in a state to be sued there, just connected enough. If your business reaches into a state, the law can reach back.